You're listening to Around Comics. You are listening, or I should say watching, Around Comics, the comic book podcast where we talk about everything in and around the world of comics. I'm Brian Salazar. With me as I always, whenever I do that intro, I almost say I'm Christopher Niesman because I've heard you say that so many times.
From Chicago, this is Around Comics.
From Chicago.
Milwaukee.
What's up, man? How you doing?
It's another. It actually is. No, it is a beautiful Tuesday here in Wisconsin. We finally, I think, have kicked old man winter to the curb.
We had. I mean, the weather was okay, but it rained today, so nothing special.
It's pretty.
Welcome to Around Comics episode 372. This is me now is the title of the show, as you'll probably find out later why.
I look forward to it. Yeah. So while we wait for Mr. Caters here, just want to remind everyone how much fun Sal and I have talking about TV shows and movies. And if you want to find out exactly how much fun that is, you can run on over to the patreon.com/Around Comics and check that out. We finished up Jupiter's Legacy this past week and had a nice lengthy discussion about it. It was one we were gonna try and spread that series out over like 3 or 4 different episodes, and we both done screwed up and just binge watched the whole thing. And it's like, well, guess we better just talk about it now.
It was good. It was good. So we couldn't help ourselves. We just splurged.
It was good. So now we gotta figure out the next one to watch. We're gonna do Repo Man this week, the 1984 movie, and have a special guest on that one. I believe that you have to check in to see who that is. Hey, any thoughts on the next series or property or movie or whatever you want to do?
Well, we could do, if we want to do a movie, I think this Friday, so it might already be too late, but I think Army of the Dead comes out.
No.
This Friday. What show? I feel like there's a show coming soon. But I don't know. I've heard there's a show on Netflix called Shadow and Bone, which is sort of a steampunk magic show I have not watched yet. I've heard good things.
It's the other steampunk magic show other than the Nevers right now.
Yeah, there's the Nevers, which I haven't watched that either.
Yeah, my wife and I finished that up. It's a very Joss Whedon show, which will be interesting to see how it is after Joss Whedon. So that's which the second half of the first season is after he was shown the door on that. So we'll see. It was interesting, and the last episode was one of the most Joss Whedon episodes I've ever seen. So that's
Whedon's it's a interesting, for a guy that was like really on the forefront of strong female leads.
Mm-hmm.
Never
can tell.
Yeah.
It would for comic book fans, it would be like Greg Rucka being revealed as like a huge misogynistic, sex. That's never going to happen. But it would be like Rucka being revealed as a sexual predator. So, which is,
I think men in general are just predators. I think
especially men in any sort of position of power certainly seems to
that helps. I don't think it's necessary. I think those are just the ones we find out about because nobody gives a shit about taking out someone that doesn't have power. You know what I mean? So
no one's after the janitor.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about him.
Yeah. Speaking on different
nothing
TV
against
shows.
janitors.
Oh, hey,
So honorable
trade. Oh, great. I'm an NPR junkie. Go find the Planet Money episode that has the story about the janitor who basically came up with the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
The janitor that came up with Flaming Hot Cheetos. All right.
Yeah.
My son loves Flaming Hot Cheetos, so that
it is a very funny story.
Marvel's MODOK animated show premieres May 21st. So that could be the next show we do.
Okay.
Here's one of our viewers says that Loki comes out June 9th. So maybe we go, sort of
a little MODOK, a little Loki.
Thank you, Joe Galuzik.
I didn't know that Loki was coming out that soon.
I did not either. Well, Joe. According to Joe, I mean,
because we're supposed to know that kind of shit, Sal.
Come on, man! I can't pay attention to all these fucking.
Maybe I'll join you guys for one of these shows once.
You want to do MODOK?
I do MODOK.
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be fun. Patton Oswalt's hilarious.
Yeah,
you hear what we're doing this week, Tom?
What are you doing this week?
It's kind of a bye week for us, and so we're gonna do Repo Man.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I bought the Criterion Edition DVD Blu-ray of Repo Man to watch. So
there you
go. I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's been a while since
a day or two. Yeah, it was made in 1984, so it looks amazing.
Yeah. On film, baby.
On film.
The way it's supposed to be.
It's gonna look great on my new OLED television that I bought.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big old new
kitchen, new TV.
Yeah.
I was at
Sal's living his best life.
I was at Costco getting new tires, and I was just looking at the TVs. And, I have a TV, and I'm always like, I wonder what I'll get when this TV breaks. But, TVs don't break.
They don't break anymore. I have 5 TVs. No kidding. I have 2 TVs in my garage right now. I just have nothing to do with it. It's just like, well, I want a new TV. And, these were so cheap. The ones that I had before. The one I bought now was not cheap. But the ones I had before were just cheap LEDs, so it's like, well, whatever.
Yeah. Did you have to buy a new TV so you could actually stand sitting down and watching all of the Marvel movies with your son?
Well, yeah, that was part of it. No, it was really just
looks like garbage on this TV.
Well, we just we redid the kitchen living room area, so it's a big open space, and my wife was like, well, it'd be really nice to be able to, if you're cooking or you're in the kitchen, to be able to watch something. And so I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, how big of a TV should I get? And she didn't give me any parameters. And I kept going 55, 65, 75.
We're in the 70s.
She was like, and so I had to get a new TV.
And you got the 80-inch?
No, I got the 77-inch.
That's a big TV.
It's a big TV. It was glorious though, and it is an OLED, so it's like the contrast in it is amazing. The colors are amazing, and my old blind ass can actually see
the difference
in it. Yeah. So, but
I know where I'm watching the big game this year.
Yeah, man, its sports look amazing on it, and I'm gonna watch that Repo Man on Blu-ray, baby, Criterion Edition.
I don't even know if that TV will help it, but that's okay. It's easy to watch. It's sports do look better whenever you're a first place team,
and when you're the best record in baseball team as well, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, the White Sox are
big screen
playing out of the right now. They're just beating up on some bad Central Division teams for sure,
as it should be.
Yeah, I have been enjoying the fact that they're kicking the living dog shit out of the Minnesota Twins, because that is the team that has been under my skin for most of my life. The Twins have just been the sort of party killer baseball resistance. Yeah. But Sox are playing well. To play the Cardinals next week.
Yeah, I wish I could come down. I'm trying to figure out a way to come down on the Monday night game, because it's Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday day, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it.
I'll meet you there if you.
I know. I really want to cruise down there. I haven't been to the cell, and well, shit. I went to 2 Brewers games this year. It's the first time in like a year and a half, or almost 2 years since I've been to a baseball game. So
I have
but
not.
Anyway,
yeah, enough baseball. Enough
baseball. Hey, let's let Tom go first this
Whoa.
week.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
Should we do the trailer first?
You want to do the trailer first? You want to do the Snake Eyes?
I think that's the best way to start.
Enjoy our reaction videos.
Yeah.
So Snake Eyes. This is just so I'm caught up to speed. This is a G.I. Joe thing.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's that Snake Eyes
movie. Yeah, I didn't even know that they were making a Snake Eyes movie. To be honest, I had no idea.
Well, every G.I. Joe movie is really a Snake Eyes movie. So
fair enough.
Because why else would you go?
Yeah, Snake Eyes is obviously the best character ever in G.I. Joe. The coolest costume,
maybe
the best
just ever. Maybe just ever.
Yeah, so it is Snake Eyes : G.I. Joe Origins. Henry Golding is Snake Eyes, and we have Andrew Koji as Storm Shadow / Tommy. The Baroness is in it. Scarlet is in it. There's a bunch of other masters. So I'm assuming there's ninja stuff
in it.
We got some ninja stuff going on in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is an origin story, so I don't know how much of the actual Joes we're going to get.
Ratchet in there.
Shipwreck.
Gotta have Shipwreck.
Is Bumblebee in it?
That's a different franchise, my friend. Completely different. So yeah, all right. Well, it's coming out July 23rd, 2021. They just released a trailer for it, so let's take a look at this trailer here for a second.
And then just right off the bat, always.
What the heck? Oh!
It's like Fast and the Furious Snake Eyes.
Every warrior has a beginning.
I'm on a new level.
For 600 years, our ninja have brought peace to the world.
I'm on a new level.
Tommy.
I need warriors like you. Join us.
What do I have to do? The journey from here is yours to decide. But that is just the beginning.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
There you go.
There's a mask.
So I get in trouble during these, but
oh god,
that is the guy from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, I have no idea.
It is. It is.
All right, I'm gonna look it
up. His name's Henry Golding.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
so was he in Crazy Rich?
He was the male lead in Crazy Rich Asians.
I have not seen that yet. He is Malaysian British actor, model, and television host.
I can confirm that yes, he is in Crazy Rich Asians.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah, just want to make sure. We've had issues in the past.
He was also in let's see, he's gonna be in The Gentleman. Or no, he was in The Gentleman. He's gonna be in The Tiger's Apprentice, which sounds like it's an animated film. And and Snake Eyes.
He's good. I think he'll be a good Snake Eyes.
Is he crazy?
He's dashing.
Now, let me ask you about Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm-hmm.
The title, is it like, because I have not seen the film, but is it they're crazy rich and they're Asian, or are they crazy rich Asians?
No, they're
all of the above.
It comes from a line of crazy rich Asians. It's
so like crazily rich. They're so rich, it's crazy.
Very Cliff Notey. Asian American gal in New York meets Asian guy studying in New York. They go to meet his family. They are crazy rich.
Okay, they're crazy rich.
Yes. Yeah. It's like they own like
Does someone
shipping
say
companies.
that at some point in the film? Like,
Well, I think to
oh
be
my
fair,
God.
it's a double entendre of both meanings: crazy rich and then crazy rich Asians.
There are crazy people in there. Yeah,
Works both ways.
Being married. I'm shocked that you have not seen this, but I have a feeling that your wife would not torture you with such things.
My wife doesn't really get into too many romantic comedy films, honestly. One of her, I mean,
So she'll want to see Snake Eyes:
oh yeah, she'd much rather see Snake Eyes than
G.I. Joe Origins.
That's why you're a lucky man, Sal.
One of her favorite movies is like Jaws is one of her favorite movies. I think another one that she absolutely loves is the Sylvester Stallone film Demolition
Over
Man.
the Top.
Oh, Demolition Man. Yeah.
Demolition Man is one of her favorite movies. That's not a joke. Like, that's seriously one of her favorite films. She loves
Wesley Snipes.
I was gonna say it's a Wesley Snipes movie.
It really is. Yeah.
And it's a police song.
She actually just brought up a Demolition Man reference not that long ago. Like within a month, she brought up a Demolition Man.
Nice.
So Crazy Rich Asians, not something.
It's not a bad movie. As a rom-com goes, it's actually it was good. I enjoyed it.
I'll probably see it at some point. I'm not a big rom-com guy.
Yeah,
and I don't like Asians. It's just happy. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you think they're gonna make G.I. Joe origin movies for like Shipwreck?
I would love a Shipwreck G.I. Joe Origins movie.
Origins Shipwreck.
And honest to God, there's so much content throwing around there that one of the streaming channels is going to pick that up and run with it. I mean, the Hulu original Shipwreck G.I. Joe Origins.
I mean,
Roadblock.
I'd like to know how Shipwreck got his parrot. I'd be interested in knowing that. But
Tomax and Zaymot. Origins.
Wheeljack.
So,
sorry, I'm crossing universes again, aren't I?
Yeah.
Looking at the Shipwreck Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
A letter written by 6-year-old future NHL player Mark Parrish was the inspiration of Shipwreck.
Really?
Yes, I guess. I really want to know that story now.
Which one was the guy with the toothpick?
All of them. No,
Cobra.
That was Cobra, wasn't it?
No, there was one guy that always had a toothpick. Yeah, I mean, we need Norton, for this kind of stuff. Norton or Seeley.
Shipwreck's first appearance was in issue number 40, October 1985 of Marvel Comics G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero series alongside Barbecue. Please don't tell me Barbecue was a black guy.
He was. And he was from North Carolina.
I want to know who created Shipwreck, because I want them on the show to find out the origin.
Tell us the truth
of Mark Parrish.
Yeah.
Mark Parrish. I don't even know.
Why no shirt for Dr. Mindbender? Shirtless with a cape. What kind of doctor?
There's a lot
dresses like that. I mean, give him something to wear.
Okay, I don't think Barbecue was black. He was a firefighter. He was from Boston.
He was a firefighter named Barbecue.
Named Barbecue. They were ironic. Why would you name a sailor Shipwreck? Like, it doesn't make any sense to name a sailor like the one thing a sailor shouldn't do.
That's right.
It's like the cop being called Chokehold.
Oh wow, jeez, just that's all right. So yeah,
let's get back to talking about Ripcord.
Snake Eyes. Why is he called Snake Eyes?
I guess you'll find out in the movie.
Will we? You think they think they'll delve
If you
into-
didn't tell me that was Snake Eyes, I'd be like, well, okay, I don't know what.
If someone had told you that was what was the Will Smith Martin Lawrence that was Bad Boys 5, it would have been like, oh, okay.
No, I think I probably would have said that's not bad. But it doesn't have anything. I'm saying that it feels very, it's like all those G.I. Joe movies. Like they're just kind of like,
they all look the same.
they all kind of look the same. They all just sort of like
A lot of big explosions, a lot of car chases, a lot of gunfire.
It's like
I'm down.
Yeah,
Snake.
no, it's not a bad thing. It's just it is what it is. It's hard to distinguish between them. I mean, there's, I think even like hardcore Fast and the Furious fans would be hard pressed to tell me the plot of every Fast and Furious movie. They're all
there are like 12 of them.
Snake Eye. I guess I never really cared about Snake Eyes' origin.
Now, Snake Eyes, also known as Snake Eyes.
Oh,
Why are they making that distinction? Well, yeah, I guess at once he was Snake Eyes. Now he's just Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
There, he rebranded himself at some point.
I suppose, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe
He took back his name.
like Prince.
Snake Eyes.
The artist formerly known as Picture of Two Dice.
Yeah, so there you go. I don't know. I mean, I like the Transformer movies for the same kind of reason. They're just big, explosive, cool looking shit.
Yeah.
I'll
Have
see
you
him
watched
on
the-
cable and fall asleep.
Yeah. That's the plan for the.
Have you watched the Transformers series on Netflix? It's
No.
this trilogy animated series.
Oh my god.
It's good, but it has not captured me. I don't find myself running back to watch every episode.
You're not a 12-year-old boy. The
Just-
magic of a semi truck turning into a robot, it's
Just
it
kidnap
holds
fun and watching animated shows.
it just holds an allure for a certain age, and then you're sort of like, yeah, I guess, like
Yeah.
I have to be honest, like I think anyone around our age or any kids that grew up with Transformers, I did like Transformers for a little while, but they were extremely frustrating toys. I mean, they didn't work
just
for
difficult.
kids. Yeah, they were super difficult.
They were never meant to be fucking played with. No, because
And
seriously,
the
you guys
scale
know
was
this. The
all
more you
fucked up.
played with them, the shittier they became. They
Yeah,
wouldn't,
sure.
it's like they would never hold whatever shape you were trying to,
Well,
That was-
no, I want you to be a gun.
like the scale of them doesn't make any sense.
No,
No,
no, that never did and never will.
Megatron turns into a gun,
He did back in the early days. Now he's a tank.
but it's like, the gun's only like the size of my hand.
But he was a giant gun.
Gun, yeah, you need a giant hand to fight.
Shockwave.
Yeah.
Shockwave
Even-
was that giant. hand.
Even as a kid,
It
I
still
was like,
didn't work.
Even as a kid, I was like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think the best part of Transformers was honestly just the voice of Optimus Prime. That voice was command.
Yeah.
Just
That dude's
roll
amazing.
out. That did, yeah. I mean, I think
It's just the Transformers movie, just destroying your brain at like age 8.
Oh, when they
Like,
killed him.
they killed Optimus Prime,
Like early, like in the first
Yeah.
10 minutes.
and then finding out it was like Orson Welles' last movie.
You
Really?
guys,
Yeah.
God, was it really?
Yeah, he does the voice of
Omicron.
Omicron, the giant.
it's
Transformers.
I won't can't transform into a gun. That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any why the scale of these characters is all wrong. This one's the cassette. It doesn't.
Transform a
He's already
gun
in the
to a
valley.
robot.
He's
I'll
already eaten the
go
pieces.
down on you.
Did you guys ever watch the Toys That Make Us episode on Transformers?
I don't think I did. I think I watched like 2 episodes of that show.
The Transformers one is one of the better ones, just because of the whole, Japanese toy connection. But they have the guy who is the voice of Optimus Prime on there a lot, and you could tell that he
lives by it.
Loves that role so much and believes in it so much.
What else has he done? I mean, that's
Peter Cullen.
He believes in that role so much.
Let's call Peter by his name.
Peter
Cullen.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Roll out.
And the G.I. Joe ones are probably my favorite out of that series.
Were the Transformers like He-Man? Were they a toy first and then an animated series? Like
kind of sorta. It was a toy first. They were Japanese toys, and then I forget what toy company. And go watch the episode because I'm probably getting all this wrong. And an American toy company wanted to bring these over, but then there was the comic book and animated series tie-in. I don't know if it was all launched at once, but it was a concerted effort between the comic, the TV show, and the toys. I mean, it was synergetic marketing, big time.
They were just getting those kids hooked.
Now,
children.
Those toys were built to be played with.
Yes, they were. And still are.
Throw those things around. Yeah, I think I still have like a battering ram where his legs still pop. You can like press it down and it still works when you hit the release.
Yeah, the hilarious thing about the He-Mans, the Masters of the Universe stuff, is that they were constantly cherry picking from other toy lines to fill out that lineup of toys. That's another great The Toys That Built Us.
The toys that built us.
Yeah, you gotta keep bringing those. You got more. You gotta feed the hopper. You gotta keep your new He-Man characters in there. What's this guy? He's got.
They had the mold for the tiger, and they're like, the tiger's out of scale, and they're like, not if he can ride it. And so the whole tiger became his tiger.
Well, there you go. Now that makes at least somebody there was like the size.
Toy line.
The size doesn't work.
Genius.
Yeah. Good stuff. They talk about Don Glute in it a lot.
Oh, I just released an episode with us in the from the archive talking to Don Glute from 2008, I believe.
How he named Castle Grayskull.
There you go. Well, I think there's about 11 people that claim that.
I think he did. That story was pretty compelling. It was his either wife or girlfriend at the time. That was her last name was Gray, and
that was the name of her vagina. Her vagina was Castle Gray. She was an older.
You could tell Don was just cashing a paycheck on that job.
She was a mature woman, and she liked it when I invaded her Castle Grayskull.
What was the comic series that he wrote that I mean, did he work on stuff like the Defenders? I'm trying to think of the comic books that he was really well known for.
Who?
Don Glute.
Oh, go back and listen to the episode. I'm sure we talk about
it. He wrote some what ifs.
Yes, he did.
Dracula. We were talking to him about a Dracula movie that he made or something. I don't know if it ever got made, but
yeah.
Did you guys see the Bumblebee movie, the Transformers movie, Bumblebee?
The first 20 minutes of that are all of the Transformer movie that I ever need. The Battle for Cybertron, it was amazing.
I've gently fallen asleep to it.
See, I actually liked that one. I thought it was actually kind of cute. Yeah. It was more, well, it was very nostalgic. It was 80s or so it was very, so that's why I liked it. Wayne, our most loyal of listener and viewer, Wayne says that at the Informa Comic Cons, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker did a little script as Optimus and Megatron.
Wow.
That would be
live
awesome.
read. That's kind of cool. I'm sure the fans enjoyed that. I hope they swore a lot, just were disgusting.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was just kind of like this sit down philosophical discussion between the two of them, talking like macroeconomics?
Oh, they're talking like social issues. Optimus, I think we need to work together so that Transformers, Cyber, Decepticons, and Transformers need to unite.
They need to reach across the aisle.
Unfair to be called a Decepticon. Seems like perhaps you've made a mistake in the naming of your group.
They're called Decepticons.
Decepticons.
I think they actually said that in a movie, one of the movies. I think they might have
yeah.
been Josh Duhamel. Wasn't Josh Duhamel in one of the Transformers? Or
I'm sure. Seems like a type of movie.
It seems like a Josh Duhamel.
Like he'd be in there. Oh wait, there's a comment here about the someone is exposing Chris's lies.
Greg Porter says
Ah,
that janitor dude didn't invent shit. Nice expose in Variety. Frito-Lay kind of likes the story. It's just not true, unfortunately. Thank you, Greg Porter, for pointing out Chris's bullshit.
We should do a documentary series where Chris
NPR's bullshit. I didn't listen to the end of the episode. I had to get out of my car. It wasn't a true driveway moment. And why can't we have dreams? Why can't we have dreams?
Listen, a janitor cannot reach that high to the sun and invent something as magnificent as
it was. It was a made-for-TV movie story that I wanted to see done. And
Greg Porter, do you know anything about the rumor that Mike Nesmith's mom invented whiteout? Is that true?
I think that is true. Actually,
and we're gonna bring it together because guess what movie Mike Nesmith is in?
The Monkees?
Transformers?
Uncredited Repo Man.
Oh, look at that. All right. I'll have to look for him. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I believe his mom invented it, but she was like she was a secretary somewhere, and she just invented it to fix. Like she made it herself and then sold it to
the mother of all invention. What's that saying?
Necessity.
Necessity is the
mother of all invention.
What she needed. Yeah. Well,
nobody needs flaming hot Fritos. We didn't know we needed it.
Yeah. The dude who invented 3M, at 3M they invented Post-it notes, and he got screwed out of that all those years. I think he eventually got paid, but he had to fight for a long time, and they were just like, "Hey, dude, you were on the clock.
You were on the clock,
Steve.
You were on the clock, Jack. Thor is mine."
Steve Post-it.
Steve Post-it.
Well, how ironic!
Yeah, he invented it. Yeah. Don't ever do anything for your employers.
Never.
Do the minimum.
The least amount possible.
Do the league minimum.
Do enough.
Just enough to not get fired.
Do enough. That's it.
This is the parental advice that I wish I had growing up.
Yeah. Don't try so hard.
Yeah. I will tell you this, working in an art department for a company, I have literally had our CEO tell us, we're going to need you to lower your expectations on this.
I know that man.
Yeah, that's what every art department wants to hear, right?
Lower your expectations.
Like, guys, we think you're pushing the envelope a little hard here. Want you to dial it back. It's just like aim for the middle on this one.
Yeah, this is better than
just a good hard single,
Hey, and since that day, that is what I have.
And since that day, the middle we have found.
Maybe a little below, just to make sure. I don't want to take any chances.
I heard you loud.
Your middle and his are probably two different middles.
This is true. I'm gonna take it down a little bit. All right. Did we read any comics this week, folks? I did. I read a comic.
I did.
I read.
Now that we're done with Tom's trailer.
Tom likes the trailers.
It's better. It's better to start with the trailer because usually we talk about it for a really long time.
True.
Yeah, it's better to start with that.
Takes the pressure off the rest of the show.
Yeah, exactly. We're already talking. That's how things work. Yeah, I read some Star Wars. I'm a pretty basic bitch. I read some Star Wars.
Some Tom King comics.
Yeah, some Tom King.
What Star Wars did you read? Was this the next chapter of the?
Yeah, it was. It happened to be. Yeah.
Okay. I started to read that, and then I was like, I kind of want to go back and read all the Star Wars up to that issue.
Oh, really?
So I started, and yeah, I know, but it's pretty good. Like I actually have enjoyed the Star Wars series so far. It's yeah, and I'm usually pretty tough on that kind of stuff. Licensed.
They keep the pace up pretty good. Yeah, they don't dilly dally.
Yeah, and it feels well. I think Charles Soule is a pretty good writer, and he does a pretty good job with Star Wars characters. Like he gets those characters. He doesn't deviate too much from what you kind of know from the movies. Like
it's not trying to actually Luke is like
right.
the hidden side of
didn't know about Luke.
It's like, no, we know what Luke's like. Let's just have him do this instead.
Yeah. People like this stuff. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep this.
Yeah, maybe it works.
His Vader is awesome.
So what happened in this episode of the Bounty Hunter?
Luke and Chewbacca and C-3PO and R2-D2 go looking for Boba Fett because Chewbacca, one of the Wookiees that he saved in the Han Solo movie, makes an appearance and is working on that planet where Boba Fett was fighting in the arena. So we kind of so it's like they get to that planet and Boba Fett's already kind of left, and now they're kind of dealing with like the clan that was after Boba Fett's now after them, because they think that they're working with Boba Fett. It's just sort of a classic, classic type of story. There's some cool stuff that happens. It's great. It's scratching my shared universe itch. And then I read Rorschach, so it's always fun to have Frank Miller be a prominent character.
So Frank Miller returns in this episode of Rorschach.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's a real mind bender. It's a real I finally caught up on all of it, and it's really good. It's extremely ambitious what he's going for.
It should be. It should be.
But it's
aim high on that one.
It's have you caught up with reading all of it yet?
I haven't read the latest issue. I've read everything up to this issue.
The latest issue. But yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it's he's doing a really good job of in a universe where Dr. Manhattan exists is like anything that anyone really thinks crazy,
is possible.
It's like, so, the Will Myerson and the woman who helped him plan the assassination, they kind of believe all this crazy stuff, but then you're always kind of reminded, well, this is kind of a crazy universe, part of you is like, well, is it really that crazy that they think this? In a world where Dr. Manhattan is an actual existing thing, So he's kind of walking a pretty interesting line of something's happening, but it's not what you think, but it's also not what the characters think. So you're just kind of waiting to see the truth of what's happening.
The truth is out there.
Truth is out there. Yeah, the squids are here.
It is always interesting with Tom's books. I really think his stuff reads much better in a complete sit down, because I always, he's so willing to not guide you You know what I mean? Like most comic book writers, I think it's like they make sure you know exactly where you're at when the story with every issue.
A lot more breadcrumbs.
Yeah, and Tom is sort of like, I don't give a shit. You'll figure it out. Like you'll go back and figure it out if you have to.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I'm not. I usually have to go back and like be like, wait a minute.
I did go back and read. I had to read the last couple of issues again because I was like, wow.
There are details that if you are not focused on, you're gonna miss things, and that's hard to do over a year reading once a month.
But hey, anytime you can get Frank Miller in a Rorschach mask, it's part of his story.
That's pretty amazing.
That was so jarring to me initially, and
meta.
I just like it's weird. Like because I can't quite figure out if Tom is shitting on Frank Miller, or you know what I mean, or he's not, or you know what I mean. Like I feel like he's not really that kind of a guy. Like
I don't.
Whatever
That doesn't
thoughts or
sound
opinions
like
he might have about Frank Miller, I can't imagine he would put them in a book. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine I have no idea. But it's like kind of weird that he's using Frank Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to like the Meyerson character, who is obviously an analog for Ditko, but Ditko's gone and it's an analog. It's not, he's not using the Ditko name. It's like, you know,
no,
but it's like Frank Miller is Frank Miller. Like, what the fuck? It's a little
bender. You know, but like the Frank Miller stuff is, you know, it is interesting though, because he kind of gets into it a little bit about, you know, like his version in that universe of the Dark Knight, which is like the Dark Fife, whatever pirate comic he made, you know, which was kind of funny, you know, like the whole extended sequence where he's like, oh, you know, taking something and making it dark, you know, that's not, you know, that's nothing, you know, like it's, you think it's important when it pales to like actual terrible shit, you know. It's like
interesting commentary on the whole thing. It's a I don't know, it's a really like fine line that he's walking though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, wait a second. Frank Miller? Are we sure we're gonna keep using Frank
Miller in a Rorschach mask? Really?
He's going in a direction.
Let me tell you, the spoiler, Frank Miller does not like it when you take his Rorschach mask.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess it's an alternate reality, Frank.
It's alternate reality. Good for Frank Miller. You're consequential enough to be a character in an alternate universe story.
I mean, it's
so I wonder, does Alan Moore exist in the Watchmen universe since Frank Miller?
We'll see if he shows up.
You know, is he writing fucking pirate, like the most amazing pirate comics?
God, I don't know.
You know,
it might be a bridge too far.
Yeah.
I kind of want.
I feel like you don't want to make Alan Moore angry because like all the magic shit.
Yeah. I kind of want Tom to poke the bear.
Nah. Be like, nah, I don't want to deal with like Alan Moore putting some weird curse on me or something. And
Alan won't read it. Come on, he's not gonna read.
We'll find out somehow.
Are you kidding me? He reads every DC comic every month.
Neither one of those things would actually surprise me.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Wait, okay. Joe Galozic is asking us again. He's saying Frank Miller was the bad guy in the movie High Noon. Frank Miller, Holy Terror. I'm not sure. High Noon, the Western. I don't think. Is that true? I think that's a lie. I think that's a mistake. I don't know. Unless I'm thinking of a different movie, but
I didn't even read Batman Holy Terror. Did you guys? Yeah,
I did.
Was it as unhinged as I thought it was going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's
fair.
I don't think it's unhinged. I mean, I don't think Frank Miller is like a lunatic and
No,
it
I don't
tells
think so either.
a cohesive story. I think Frank's perspective on things are, maybe a little damaged at this point in time, but he, I don't know. I mean, it's
I mean, I guess it's not surprising. Like if you know what the book's about, it's like, yeah, that's what this book is. It's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just sort of like just what Frank Miller is now.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I didn't find it. I don't know. It's such a weird thing because it's like even talking about this sort of subject is fucked up because it's like, okay, he's basically wrote a Batman story where Batman takes on an Islamic terrorist group like Al Qaeda. Okay, so I don't think anyone can argue that Al Qaeda was pretty bad. Did some bad things, right?
Well, yeah.
I think we can all agree.
So you can easily, unfortunately, you can easily extrapolate from Holy Terror that Frank is being racist against Muslims because it's so intertwined. You know what I mean? Like Islam, unfortunately for Muslims, is so intertwined because of the religion and the religious aspects, but it's an extremist group. Terrorists are always extremists, and every group has their extremists. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I think Frank just, like Tom, you had said this years ago, like 9/11 broke Frank Miller.
Yeah.
It
Dennis Miller.
Yeah, I mean, and who am I to say how someone is supposed to deal with that sort of thing? I didn't grow up in New York. I didn't know people from New York. I didn't know anyone that died in 9/11. I wasn't that close to that situation. It was a tragic thing that affected me, and I'll remember for the rest of my life. But I can't tell other people how they're supposed to process that or deal with it or explain it or how they should feel about terrorists. You know what I mean? Like, he's a comic book writer. Obviously, it affected him, and he wanted to write about it, so he did. Yeah, is it like it's not some great story? I don't think it was
ever meant to be a great story.
Yeah, I think it was just Frank dealing with some shit in his fucking brain, like, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was like some crazy thing where like, oh my God, Frank's unhinged and he's lost his mind. And no, he's obviously affected by
working some shit out.
And it's not really Batman. Wink, wink.
No.
Oh, of course not.
Well, it was originally supposed to be, but I'm sure DC was like, we love you, Frank, but we don't really want that Batman story out of you. And probably rightfully so. Like, it's such a touchy, complicated subject. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like I said, you can't even you can't talk about it.
It's tough to take like real world, it's like Dr. Doom crying about 9/11. It's like
it doesn't work. It doesn't we don't want that. Nobody wants that. Nobody really is. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some people.
Enjoy the art, but yeah, I mean, it's tough to mix those two things when something I think is that raw, and you're kind of like, and then I mean, I always think about Dr. Doom in 9/11 because it just makes me fucking laugh every time I think about it. Like, why would Dr. Doom care? This is weird. It's so strange. It's just like,
Yeah, at some
the-
point you got to separate the two things, right? Like you have to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I love Frank Miller
Oh yeah.
as an artist.
I'm due for another reading of DKR. It's been, probably 2 or 3 years since I've read it. I haven't sat down with it in a long time, and I think I'm going to read. Yeah, I may do that. Here in the next
I'm looking for the panel of Doctor Doom crying right now.
What is that out of? What is that from?
I forget what it's
Is that from
I
like
found it.
they did the silent comics?
Yeah, no, there's unfortunately a lot of
9/11 tribute.
there's
sort of.
yeah. I'll put a link in the chat because I'm still like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dr. Doom. Well, I
20
mean,
years. 20 years this year.
I don't know. I don't quite.
Well, anyway,
I can't tell people how
how to feel?
about 9/11. You know.
Yeah, Frank Miller, he made Holy Terror. This is what he did.
All right, let's see. We do have to look at this though, since you shared it.
When he says, because even the worst of us, however scarred, are still human, still feel, still mourn the random death of innocence. How many people has Doctor Doom killed? Like,
It's not random. I mean, it was.
yeah. He's an autocratic dictator. No horrible,
what are you
horrible
doing
person.
here? So yeah, please, sometimes you can be too relevant. Don't be.
You don't always have to
Yeah, please.
about something. Is it?
It's all right. You don't have to shed a tear for 9/11.
So as Sal is bringing this up, I'll remind people that listen to the show as an audio only. Every Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, we have our regular show live streamed on YouTube and Periscope and all your video feeds.
I can't
There you
seem
go.
to bring it up for some reason. I can't share it. I don't know.
It's all right. Everyone can find it.
Oh,
Yeah, search Doctor Doom crying 9/11.
It's just
Dr. Doom crying 9/11.
Hey,
the Kingpin.
it's like,
Is that
Doctor Doom, who, like, how many Ledvarians died?
I'm gonna, there might have been some.
Is that a metal Kingpin?
Is that what?
He looks like he's made out of metal. Or no.
Oh, it's just shadowy.
It's shadowy.
Oh,
it's
it's
the
just-
fires,
it's-
dude.
Oh, it's Romita Jr., isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Aw, he's crying. He's having a moment.
He is. Yeah, he's definitely crying. All right, let's move on from.
Jack Kirby rolling in his grave.
What exactly would the Kingpin do during 9/11?
Hey man, he's
Consolidate power.
he's a New Yorker.
Yeah, I mean, he is a pillar of
Hell's
activism.
Kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd find a way to make some money.
He would be some sort of profiteer, right?
Yeah.
That Kingpin would.
He's a bad guy.
What?
Yeah. Bad.
All right. Well, I read a book
Villains.
this week that was written by an artist, which isn't always the best. but
What?
yes, a well-known Declan Shalvey wrote this book with Rory McConville, and the art is by Joe Palmer with colors by Chris O'Halloran. It's an Image comic. It's called Time Before Time: Your Future Yesterday. This is the first issue of it, and it's a really fun time travel story. Well, kind of fun, but
Declan did not do the art.
He did not do the art.
Okay.
No, it's Joe Palmer did the art, and I would say the art is very kind of. It feels a little bit like the Umbrella Academy ish.
A little Gabriel Ba going
A
on.
little bit of that, yeah. A little maybe like, yeah, just simple lines, a lot of black. Not overly rendered but very well done. Tells the story extremely well. And the story's about this dude from the future who works for a company. He's from the year 2140, and he works for a company that has the ability to travel through time. They have these pods, and they can travel through time. And one of their main things, I think, from what I could tell, the two main things that this company does is, one, they go to different places in time and smuggle stuff back. So they might go to the future and trade something, or they might go to the past and bring something back, that kind of thing. But I think the bulk of their business is actually basically hiding people in the past. So like, say you're some sort of murderer on the run, and you have a bunch of money, or say you were like Jeffrey Epstein or some that kind of a scumbag billionaire, and you needed to get out of Dodge. Well, what better way to get out of Dodge than to go like 40 years into the past and hide out? So you pay this company basically everything you have. They take you back to, say, 1984 and put you up in some shitty apartment and give you a fake name, and it's like witness protection program for time travel. And this guy is works for them, and it's not exactly clear, but it basically, he sort of owes them a debt or something. He's almost like an indebted servant, and he's trying to work off this debt by going back, and but the time travel machines, the pods, are kind of dangerous, and they affect you. Like, there's radiation, and the more you do it, the more likely you're going to get sick and all these things. And so he kind of has had enough of this shitty job that he has, and living in this future that's kind of shitty. There's really like nothing in the year 2140. It's if you extrapolated sort of how things are now, and then 100 years, 120 years from now, like, they don't get better. Like, corporations own everything, and the rich are richer, the poor are poorer, and you're basically working for nothing for these companies. And so he comes up with the plan that he wants to steal one of these pods and go back in time and hide out and just live a different life. And that's the basis of the story. And of course, things go sideways, and and yes, of course, things don't go quite to plan. But it was really good. I really liked it. It was a fun story, but it also had some subtext to it. I mean, one of the things in it was just sort of like the concept of, like, there's never enough time, and these guys are sort of like living this existence where they're just barely getting by, working for someone else, and it's it's really not a life whatsoever. And before they know it, they're going to be out of time. And which is, a pretty powerful metaphor for, most people's lives, I think, in some ways. So yeah, it was really good. I mean, for Declan's first writing gig, I think, I really enjoyed the first issue, and the art was really good. And yeah, everything about it, I liked it a lot. So Time Before Time, if you guys haven't checked it out, I would definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
I read that as well. It was good. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was just a solid, like, I mean, I wouldn't even call it a sci-fi story, because the sci-fi is part of it, but it's not really necessarily, the gist of the story. Is this dude, you're just following this guy and his life, and him trying to make a better life for himself. And I can see some, it's a little fucked up. Like, there's some fucked up parts to it, like some weird shit, that happens, and some dark stuff, but it's pretty lighthearted for the most part. It's not a super serious book or anything, but it was a good, solid first issue for sure.
Nice. Well, what do you guys think? You want to wrap up for this evening?
Talk about anything, Chris. What the hell? No,
all sorts of shit.
Why are you so secretive?
We talked about NPR, and that was a lie.
That was a lie. The liberal media.
You live on a throne of lies. It's all right. If you didn't read any comics,
damn you, Planet Money.
Chris doesn't like comics. He spends all day listening to NPR.
I read Berserker #2.
Berserker.
Lots of people died. Keanu.
More people died.
More people died. Yeah. Keanu is a badass, as you would expect. So what's that you've got there?
Reckless Book 2, Friend of the Devil by Brubaker and Sean Phillips. The next hardcover just came out.
They put out a hardcover like every fucking month.
I know, it's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Pumping it up, baby.
I said before, I will buy every hardcover that they put out.
Have you read it yet?
I have not.
You thumb through it?
No, I haven't even opened it. It's still sealed.
You know why? You know it's gonna look good. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, there's no question. I don't have any. I would buy.
He knows it's gonna be good. He knows it's gonna look good. No need to read it.
This is like a warm bath. I just am waiting for the right moment for me to, open it up and caress it and smell it. Smell the pages of the comic book and enjoy the goodness of.
As you slowly rip the shrink wrap off of it.
Peel away.
All right,
it is very seductive.
And then you crack it open. You hear the paper separate.
Crinkle.
That smell of a fresh book.
All right, I got mine on the way.
You just ordered it right now.
I just ordered it while you guys were talking about paper smell.
I just got this too from I don't remember who the fuck the Mark Schultz Xenozoic
crap
collection.
Yeah,
have you guys seen that?
I've got it. I have that in a soft cover, and it's amazing, but I didn't know they had a hardcover of it. Now, there was an artist edition of Schultz's stuff from Xenozoic, but it was, I mean, not the whole thing, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot. No, I kept hearing about it, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to order it and check it out and see. I haven't read this either. It just came from Flesk Publishing.
Yeah.
It's one of those books that like everybody talks about it, but I've never, really read it at all. So, but it's supposed to be like one of those.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, here's mine. Yeah, I have it right here somewhere.
You didn't.
There we go. We believe you.
Yeah, right. I believe you. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, soft cover.
Yeah, I got mine. It's just off screen though.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful stuff. I mean, his work.
I got one.
It's out of frame.
Yeah, you can't see it. I have one.
I knew I had it in here.
I have one in front of me. I'm looking at it right now.
Shut up, Tom.
Here. Oh, can you hear the paper?
Oh, sounds impressive.
Yeah, it's great. Soft cover.
Tom is just surrounded by old single issues of Legion and.
Yeah, Titans. I got this Xenozoic. It's a shame I can't show it to you. Competitive. I got it.
Sorry if I have a well-stocked library right here.
I got it. It's a water damage nightmare. It's waiting to happen.
Oh shit! I have to. I keep forgetting. I have to upload. Is that it? No.
Are you showing us something?
No, I was. I had to redo the outro. Oh, here it is.
But you didn't change the music, right?
No. I just. So one of our patron levels is. You get added to the end credits of an episode.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
We have a patron who is paid for that, so I had to redo the outro.
Who is that patron?
Well, you'll have to watch the outro.
Yeah,
to find out, my friend.
He or she deserves a shout out.
It's a he.
It's Mark Magaha. Is the patron?
Well, party on, Mark. That's awesome.
So I had to redo the outro to add him at the end of it. So
We should have a tier where I change my name to whatever your name is.
for the entire episode,
For an episode, and you have to call me by that person's name.
we could do that. We
can
can.
do that. Yeah.
All right. That's a secret hidden tier.
What's a hidden tier? We'll just decide to do it.
Right.
Playing the role.
Joe asked us, that's not Cadillacs and dinosaurs, is it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he did Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
But
I'm
out
of my ass.
Yeah, I'm looking
But
at mine. I'm looking at mine too. Let me just get this answer for you.
This is a deluxe edition that is limited to 800 signed copies.
Damn, dude.
Mine's actually was put together by Mark Schultz. So there's one. It's the only one.
Hand
bound.
Wow, that's impressive. I wish I could see it.
There's some Cadillacs.
I wish I could
dinosaurs.
show. I would. There's nothing I wish more than I could show you guys this extremely limited edition book that is just out of frame.
Joe, I can't answer your question because
Wayne's answering it. We should get Wayne. Wayne should do the show.
Yeah.
Everyone that watches this show is more informed.
I love the internet.
It's okay. Hey, I can't know everything about every comic.
We're just here to talk. I'm not. What am I supposed to look shit up before?
Why is it called Xenozoic then, Wayne?
That was the period that they were going back to.
Cadillac Pseudum.
Why isn't it called Cadillac?
It's in the forward of my. It's in the forward.
Is it in the cease and desist letter?
Yeah. It's right here in mine.
Oh. Is there a copy of the cease and desist?
It's in the preface. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can't
never pulling a book off these shelves ever again.
Joe said he's just older than you guys.
Oh shit!
You're older than us? Jeez, man. You might want to go to bed.
Joe, get that prostate checked.
Caddy and Dinos is a more user-friendly name.
Yeah.
What? That didn't answer the question, though. It's more user-friendly than Xenozoic. Then why didn't they use Caddy and
Dinosaurs for all the collected editions? I don't know. That's good. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
Now I don't even want to read it. Now I'm going to throw this in the garbage.
Oh, it's fucking garbage.
No, it's really pretty, dude. Don't do that. And it's signed and numbered.
It is signed. It's limited to 800 copies.
Well, Sal's going to make it even more limited by destroying his copy.
I'm just helping the collectors out. I'm just going to burn this copy. And why not?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's that definite comic strip feel, like the adventure comic strips.
Right. Now I don't even know what this means. Joe says there is a Cadillac and dinosaurs in the story. So there's a Cadillac and multiple dinosaurs?
Yes. A Cadillac and a lot of dinosaurs.
Okay. Good Lord.
The title Cadillacs and Dinosaurs and the likenesses of classic Cadillac automobiles were used with the consent of General Motors, which holds the phrase Cadillacs and Dinosaurs as a trademark and has licensed it for the comic books.
That edition of your book is amazing.
I bet there's something in those two sentences that explains why it's not called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Is that it's owned by General Motors?
I think Wayne and Joe should start their own podcast.
They should start. We should have a Patreon show where they essentially correct all the wrong shit we say. Like
it's around Comics After Hours. They'll sit around and talk about all the shit that we got wrong.
Like the audio version of our show should have like a record scratch every time Chris makes up a story that is immediately refuted by someone who
is wrong that often.
I do need a producer.
Maybe I am.
Which one of you guys are willing to? Maybe that's what we need. Joe and Wayne. You guys want to be the producer of Around Comics from now on, just correcting us, feeding us
wrong
proper information, so we don't.
I'm okay with ongoing commentary. And also correcting our bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
I've said from the beginning I'm an idiot, so I feel that gets me out of any trouble, legal or
I'm just a moron. Anything I say, you shouldn't take serious.
That is
Anything I say can and will be used
The
against
Tucker
you in a court of
Carlson
law.
defense.
I was gonna
No
say that,
reasonable person would possibly listen to me.
I was gonna say it was the Joe Rogan way of podcasting. It's like I'm a moron, so I can say whatever I
I
want.
was gonna say something really stupid, but your own fault for listening to me because I've told you I'm a moron.
You have been warned.
This I'm holding it up. You can see the shadow of it. I wish I could get it in the look, there's just a hint of it.
Just a touch.
Yeah, I have two of them.
Two of them. I thought there was only one in existence.
No, I got this. I just ordered a second one.
Right.
I got it delivered. Yep, got it delivered.
Same day delivery.
You got.
You're all horrible, and I hate you.
Joe said he's 62, and his wife says he can't produce.
Can't reproduce.
Thanks for
He can no longer reproduce.
Okay.
Joe,
thanks for asking your wife.
God bless your wife, Joe.
Yeah.
Up with your old wrinkly ass. Good Lord, I don't know what she's thinking at this point. 62. Whew. You know, I was just watching.
Up, my friend.
You outlived Tawny Katane.
Aw, come on. Yeah.
He didn't kill her.
Yeah, look,
I mean, no, but sadness.
I had nothing to do
I
with
hear
it.
that she and Seinfeld had a thing in the 90s.
She probably had a thing with a lot of people in the 90s.
Could be.
Right, I'm looking this up.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen David Coverdale in the news in a long time.
Oh, well, you know. She was famous for that White Snake video, right? That was her big. I mean, I will always remember her in the classic film Bachelor Party.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
she did star across from Tom Hanks,
the greatest actor of our generation.
Maybe, yeah.
She held her own.
She acted with the greatest actor of our generation.
Yeah, Charles Groban
passed away today,
but he was like 89, so it's like, well, geez.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was old, something like that, 80 something.
Yeah,
up there. So Wayne's almost 57 and Joe's 62. We're really bringing in the youth on YouTube. Yeah. What are you guys doing watching these live videos? My goodness, shouldn't you be watching?
Yeah, did your grandkids leave YouTube on and just rolled over to Around Comics?
That's it. Insult them more. Let's insult only 2 viewers.
Oh,
these are the only guys.
Oh, 50. I'm knocking on 50, so believe me.
I am 50. All right. Oh, right. So that's why. So High Noon, going back to Joe's earlier comment about Frank Miller in High Noon, that was the name of the bad guy in the movie, the Gary Cooper movie, High Noon. The name of the character who played the bad guy was Frank Miller.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I did not know. Well,
it was played by Ian McDonald.
Who started McDonald's?
Who eventually, yes, he created the hamburger giant McDonald's. Yes, and then it was stolen.
It was stolen by Kroc.
No, by
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, yeah.
Yes.
That was Batman.
And so Batman is the bad
created
guy.
by Frank Miller. Yeah. So it all comes around.
It all comes back to Frank. All right. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this very special episode of Around Comics. I know I have. Please take a look at our Patreon page. Go over to patreon.com/Around Comics. You can get extra super duper neat stuff like me and Sal talking AC TV after hours for Repo Man this coming week, and then I think we're looking at Loki here in a couple weeks. Tom's got some Tom versus the Freedom Fighters.
I screwed up the recording I made, so I got to do it again.
I understand.
I've done many times.
There's future stacks and top of the stack and all sorts of extra stuff. And the big important thing is that it just makes it feasible for us to do this show. And our patrons make that possible. So thank you
if we get
to all of our
enough, we
patrons.
might actually be able to hire a real producer for this goddamn train wreck of a show.
Yeah.
So, but that's a long.
We're training them up now. We've got the little producer ninja academy going.
What?
Yeah.
Ninjas? We're making ninjas?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it works in the movies, right?
Sure. With turtles.
Team of producer ninjas. All right. Everyone, thank you for listening, watching, etc. We will be back next Tuesday with another live and crazy show of Around Comics. In the meantime,
in between time,
we'll be everywhere. Yeah,
I said wacky. Yeah,
and
around comics. Frank Miller's not dead.
We'll